Hey there, I'm Vaughn, and I am 35 years old. I'm actually the founder and CEO of the software development firm Tier5. You can see me right there. Tier5 is a SaaS company. We started out as a service-based company, and now we've transitioned into a product-based SaaS company. So when we first started, I first started Tier5 with my beautiful wife, Ankita Nandi. She is right there. There she is. There I am way back here. But we first started January 2016 is when we first started our company, Tier5, and opened up our own office in West Bengal, Kolkata, India, where we both happen to live. She is from Burdwan, which is a little village not so far away from Kolkata. And then I moved over to India, and I've been living in India for about 7 years now. And like I said, we started Tier5. We opened up our office back in 2016 as a service-based company in January 2016. And what we were doing is we were selling software engineering services. So we would actually build SaaS software and software applications for our clients. They would come to us, and we would essentially build all their software products. And throughout this journey of building software for other people, we decided to actually start launching our own SaaS products, because what actually happened is we were actually building all these software products for other companies, and I was literally watching with my own eyes what was happening. They would come in and they would pay us an amount of money to build a software for them, and then they would go out and they would sell the software on a subscription model, and they would actually make a lot more money than we made, and we actually built the software. So I got this idea in my head, and I started to see the big difference between what we were doing, which was throughput, meaning they would pay us, and when they paid us, these boys and girls, these ladies and gentlemen, our family members at Tier5, they would be selling their time. So we would be billing them for their time, but then the people who were paying us for our throughput, for our output, they weren't selling throughput. What they were selling is they were selling essentially usernames and passwords on the software that we built, but not throughput, meaning when they would get a customer, they didn't have to go in and spend somebody's time. They just gave the customer a username and password, and then that customer paid them to use the software that we had built. So I realized that this was really the only real way to scale a company, that it was going to be really hard to scale on throughput, meaning that if someone gave me 10 new clients, I would need engineers to go sell their time and do their work. And that was really hard to scale. And what would be easier to scale is this software as a service-based model, this SaaS model, because it's very low throughput. Meaning today, like literally as of today, we have customers that have been paying us for 5 years for our software, for a username and password on the software, but we don't have to spend any time with them. I'm not selling them, one of my engineers for 20 hours or one of my engineers for 6 months. I'm selling them a username and password to a software that my engineers built literally 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So I realized, okay, hey, this was the actual way that we would actually be able to scale our company. So now here it is. It's May 2nd. It's May 2nd, 2022. And I'm an engineer. I'm not a marketer. I'm not like this person that's been trained in business administrations and running a business. I'm a software engineer and an entrepreneur, and I've really just been figuring everything out since the day I founded the company. Since the day I founded the company, I've been figuring out how to do sales. I've been figuring out how to do marketing. The only thing that I really knew was how to build software. That's the only thing that I really knew. But now here it is, it's a little bit over 6 years into running the company. And it started, January 1st, 2016, it started just me and my wife. And here it is, a little bit over 6 years later, and we have a full team, almost 70 full-time employees. And literally today was the first time that I have personally sat down and actually did a profit and loss statement for my company, because a few people have actually asked me for one, so I went in and actually created one. So I'm going to share that with you today, all right? So I'm going to go in and actually share inside of my actual software company what it looks like as far as profitability and cost to run the company that I actually run. Now, one of the things that I did, which I don't want to say is really unique, but just not a lot of people have actually done it, is I moved to a third world country. I moved from the United States of America. I moved over to India. I started my company over there to leverage economies of scale. So you're going to get to see that economies of scale that I've actually leveraged here. And let's go in and actually look at our profit and loss statement for 2021. So I put 2021 here and 2020 here, even though it is May the 2nd of 2022. So we have two different ways that we actually generate revenue, or you could say three ways that we generate revenue. I've categorized one of those ways just in sales revenue from people buying our software or signing up for our partner program. So whenever it comes to selling our SaaS products, our products that we sell as a service, we have a bunch of different software applications that we've built. We've launched about 25 different software products out into the market, and people either pay a one-time payment, they pay a monthly payment, or they pay a yearly subscription to get a username and password and essentially access that software and use that software to actually help them grow their business. All right? So we have people who come directly to us and they buy our software directly from us. And then we also have something that is a reseller partner program where people come to us and they basically buy accounts and licenses of our software in bulk, and then they go resell the software to their customers, okay? So there are resellers, they pay us a fee and they're buying, 10 accounts of our software or 100 accounts or 1,000 accounts on our software. They're buying them in bulk and then they're going out and they're selling them to their customers, all right? So those have been bundled together in sales revenue. And then we have service revenue. So we're just really, really selective now about our clients that we provide engineering services to. They basically come in, they hire us, and we perform a service for them. Most of the time, it's in some type of equity deal, meaning they come in, they hire our engineers. So they'll come in and they'll essentially hire our engineers here at Tier 5, and they'll have, let's say they've hired this guy right here, and this guy is actually working for them, and they're paying his salary, and then we're making some profit on top of that. And then we also get some amount of equity in whatever it is that we're building for them. All right. So in 2020, we did $801,000 worth of revenue from our software and our partner program, and we did $200,000 worth of revenue from our service department, basically selling engineering hours to people. You don't have any interest revenue for the company. You don't have any gain of sales of assets in the company. So in 2020, we had a little bit over $1 million, $1,100,000 worth of sales revenue. Now we're going to move on to our expenses for 2020. Advertising, a lot of our growth has actually been through organic marketing. So we're a bootstrap company. We've never had any type of outside investment or anything like that. Everything's been 100% bootstrap. We actually don't even have a sales and marketing team, all right? So we don't actually even have a sales and marketing team. Everybody on this team is either an engineer or somebody who's supporting an engineer, like a designer, a tester, a documenter, a project manager, a quality assurance person, an automation tester, or some type of customer support that's doing the actual after-sale support, just general tech support, customer support if you need help with the actual software. But we don't have a sales and marketing team. I am essentially a one-man army whenever it comes to the sales and marketing. And most of our sales and marketing has been done organically through Facebook, believe it or not. So believe it or not, actually through Facebook, through an organic marketing process, we go in and we find these people who want to buy our software and pay us a monthly fee to use our software, or we find our reseller partners who want to pay us money to resell our software so that they can actually go in and actually, make recurring revenue, but they don't have to spend millions of dollars building software. So in 2020, we didn't do a lot of advertising. We did $20,000 worth of advertising. Our server costs and our software costs, so this is like AWS expenses, Google Cloud expenses, DigitalOcean expenses, email marketing software, third-party APIs that we're using, third-party APIs, things like that. Automation software like Zapier, things like that is what's bundled into this server and software cost. Spent $165,000 in 2020 on our server and software costs. So here I've put some depreciation of our computer equipment. We have about $350,000 worth of new computer infrastructure in our office, in our facilities. And here's a look inside our office. And whenever you're going through our office, you can look inside our office. All this electronics, you can see all these nice computers sitting over here, all custom hand built by me and our team. So all of these different computers in here, all together, we have about $350,000 worth of computer infrastructure here inside our office. And that's depreciated, so we basically depreciate that equipment over 10 years. So $35,000 a year is what we depreciate, because after 10 years we'll have to go in and rebuy computer equipment, or we'll just be using really, really old computer equipment. So insurance, we do provide insurance for all our employees over here. 2020, we spent $16,000 on insurance. Interest, we don't have any type of loans or anything like that. So like I said, we're all bootstrapped. We don't have any debt. So because we don't have any debt, we don't have any interest. Office supplies, we spent around $7,000 in 2020 on office supplies. Rent and lease in 2020, we didn't spend any rent and lease. As you guys are probably aware, COVID came, and in 2020 we were full remote. So we were actually fully remote, and we didn't have any office expenditure because of COVID. We just kind of got rid of our office and everybody was working at home, so we didn't have any office expenditure. Maintenance and repairs, we had about $12,000 of maintenance and repairs, just fixing, different stuff on different computers and having to repair stuff. We had, for travel, we didn't have any expenditure in travel. For wages, here was our 2020 team. So this was our 2020 team. Remember, this is our team now. So this is our team now. This was our 2020 team. So there's, a lot more people now than there was in 2020. This was our 2020 team, and for wages and salary, we spent $480,000, so almost $500,000. Utilities and just telephone expenses, so we were paying for internet for ourselves and internet for several of our key employees from their homes and their cell phone bills and stuff like that. So we spent $12,000, and then other expenses, just $30,000 of other expenses that we've used for outreach programs to help out around the community, and just other miscellaneous expenses. So we have a total expenses of $777,000. Income before tax was $224,000. We're filed as an S Corp, so we pay approximately 25% tax, actually a little bit less than that, but this is calculated at 25% tax. So $56,000 we were lucky enough to get to pay. We were lucky enough to get to pay to the government in taxes. That left us with a profit of $168,000 for 2020. All right, so out of $1 million, we had, I guess, around a 16% profit margin. We did get to spend about $500,000 and on salary, and basically provide a comfortable living for our family members, our workforce, and take care of all of them and make sure that they're financially compensated. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to 2021. Sales revenue between people buying our software and paying us for our software and our partner programs was $1,316,300. Our service revenue kind of increased a little bit to $240,000. We still didn't have any interest revenue. We still didn't have any gain on the sales of assets. So we had $1,556,300 worth of total revenue for 2021. Like I said, it's 2022 in May right now. Expenses, we beefed up a little bit more on advertising, and we just spent more money on advertising, about 250% more we spent. So instead of spending $20,000, we spent $50,000. Our server cost and the software subscriptions that we were paying as we grow are also growing as we get more paying users and we get more customers, more people actually using our software. The load on the server obviously goes up, and then some of the administrative software that we need. We also implemented some new software infrastructure just to manage our company and manage payroll and just manage, the general company infrastructure of employees clocking in and stuff like that. So that increased. So we spent $200,000 on our servers and software. The deprecation of our computer equipment, again, another $35,000. This is now the 6th year of deprecation. So our $350,000 worth of computer infrastructure assets, we've deprecated $35,000 a year for 6 years. So this is the 6th year of deprecation. So we have 4 years left to deprecate before that equipment is 100% deprecated. Insurance. So like I said, we do provide insurance for our family members, our employees, and we spent $20,000 in insurance. No interest because, again, we don't have any loans or anything like that. So we're totally bootstrapped, don't have outside investors, don't have any loans. So nothing there. Office supplies was $12,000. Now, in this year, we did actually move into a new office. So we did, because COVID restrictions started letting up, we moved into an office. We went and rented a 15,000 square foot office. We went and rented. If you remember, I kind of showed you, this is where I'm at right there. So this is where I'm at right there in the back. I kind of showed you our office. We have a 15,000 square foot office that we went and rented. Had to pay like almost 6 months up front. So we had $120,000 for our office expense in 2021. Maintenance and repairs, we had $14,000. Had to do some work on the office and fix some computers and stuff like that. Travel, we do have a travel plan where we pay for the employees' travel back and forth to work if they qualify. Spent $12,000 on that. For wages, just for salary, for our salary expense of everything, this was our 2021 team. So this is our 2020 team. This is our 2021 team. This is our current team. So this is our 2021 team here. And for them, our wages were $600,000. So we did increase. We did actually hire more people. Utilities and telephone, now that we actually have an office, this expense has went up since we're now working out of an office again. This is at $20,000. And then just other expenses, miscellaneous expensive. Like I said, we do several different charity and goodwill outreach type programs. We spent $50,000 on that. So our total expenses were $1,133,000. Income before tax was $423,300. Our income tax expense, again, this as an S corp is around it's around 16 to 20%, but this is calculated at 25%. It's $105,825 we were lucky enough to pay the government. All right, that left us with a total profit of $317,475 for our company, Tier 5. And from that, we have revenue coming in. We're profitable. Everybody's getting paid, and we're building more and more software. Now, I am looking because, as you can probably tell, I'm a young guy. I'm a software engineer. I'm a technical guy. I'm not actually a marketer. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not like this business administration guru. I'm all tatted up. As you can see, I'm all tatted up. I'm kind of a free spirit. So I am actually looking for some executive level help, just coaching myself and helping myself get to the next level where we're wanting to go from $1.5 million a year. This year we'll do a little bit over $2 million, wanting to get obviously to the next goal, 10 million a year, 100 million a year, 1 billion a year, 10 billion a year. For that, I feel like I personally need some executive help. I need some help. I need some training. I need some coaching myself to get to the next level. I'd love to replace myself as CEO and get somebody who's really good at CEO, because that's not me. I am more of a builder type of person. I should be building and leading product innovation instead of the growth of the company. And I'm looking to bring on some qualified marketers, like a CMO and an actual marketing team, because we don't actually have any. So if you think you would be interested in any of those, or you could help me out with any of those, feel free to send me a message and talk to me. But that's a brief information about me, who I am, and what's going on with my company right now.